Hey, you did make it. I was hoping you would. I'm a happy camper now. I'm John Zidar. This is On Top and Hot, and today is Monday. It's December 3rd. Now, you know what I like to do on this show? I like to share hot penny stocks with you. That's what I primarily trade as a day trader. I am always looking for stocks under $5 that have heat, that have potential to make money. But the truth of the matter is, I've been involved in trading stocks of all prices. You probably know that I trade over at Pennybois every single day. Pennybois is an educational-based Discord. We teach people how to trade, how to read charts. We've got lots of things we can offer you, and one of them is a free members page where you can come try us out, where you can come make some money. What we do over here at the free members page is we scalp, but we talk about swing trades, we talk about options, but we scalp trade for the most part. Now, what's a scalp? A scalp is taking money in a few minutes, maybe 10 minutes, maybe 20 minutes. We are looking to take gains on a fast-moving stock. We're looking for fast-moving vehicles, stuff that has lots of volume, that's moving quick. We may not catch it as soon as it starts moving, but we see it moving. And we don't have to catch the beginning. We don't have to catch the end. We just want the meat in the middle. And that's what we play, the meat in the middle, if you will. What we do is we find the supports and resistances on hot charts, a chart that has volume, that has all of its lines going up on the MAs, on the oscillators, prices rising. It just looks juicy. We get these supports and resistances drawn out, and these are placed at points where the price likes to change directions, where it bounces. We draw these lines, and this gives us a heads up to where we can enter and exit. So what we like to do is get in just over one of these speed bumps and then get out just before the next speed bump. That's a probable move. It's like hitchhiking on the expressway. We get in front of the cars and we wait for the cars to come to us, and they're moving fast. There's no stop and go here. They have to stop and pick us up. So we get these set up before the price is to us. When it's down here, just the way you see it, this is when we're setting up our trade. And if the price makes it up to that point and it sells us our shares, that made the decision if we were going to make this trade or not. So it's actually all about what the chart does. All we do is set up trades. Now, if we've got a strong moving chart, we always sell at the targets, always. But you don't want to sell everything if it's going to just keep going. You're going to feel bad that you got out too early. We hear that a lot. Well, it's not an all or nothing decision, folks. No one says you have to sell everything at the first target. It's free to sell, so sell as often as you want. You know, you could come up to your first target, you get in right here, you have a stop loss underneath this support that you got in on. Always have a stop loss. We have a sale for a profit set, and we have a sale for a loss set when we buy our shares. All three orders go in at the same time. That's called a bracket order, an OCO. One cancels the other. What they mean is you're not going to sell your stock on both ends. So if we sell for a profit, the stop loss cancels. If we drop and sell for a loss, the sell for a profit cancels. But all three orders go in at the same time. And that's what makes a scalp successful, because we remove our emotions from the trade. I don't have to make any decisions. Once I'm in the trade, both of my sell orders are already there. Sell for a loss, sell for a profit. All I do is let it happen. Now, I don't walk away and let it happen, because there is not a 100% guarantee your stop loss will work. In most cases it will, but if the price drops too fast, it may not. So I am always watching these trades. Since they're only going to last a few minutes, I am watching these trades. And if my stop loss does not work, my finger is on the button and I'm backing it up. I will sell automatically. So you sell 50% at your first target. You see a strong run in stock, carry 50% to the next target. Still looks like it's going to run? Sell half of what you got left. Carry the rest up and just keep doing that until you've just got 10%. And then see if you can find the ceiling. Everybody thinks they're good at finding the ceiling. Well, now you can practice with that little 10% chunk you got after taking all your gains. And that's the secret to our success, folks. Taking the gains. The brain pattern everybody has is to take the big chunk all the way up. And when they fall, they lose a big chunk. If you take smaller chunks up, when you fall, you only lose a little chunk. You've put all those big chunks in your pocket going up. So now that you know what we do here, we bring in hot stocks. When I say we, I mean all of us. All the people I am trading with, from the public, from my own team members, paying members, we all have hot charts that we're finding. As I said, a hot chart is somebody that's running, your MAs are climbing, you have lots of volume. When you see a chart like that, you go out and you get your MA, your supports and resistances. We just found this one at 9:27 in the morning. Pal hasn't even run yet, and we're finding hot charts, but we don't have any supports and resistances on these. So what I want to do now is not talk so much about the stocks, because the stocks we looked at today probably aren't going to be hot tomorrow. Maybe they will, maybe they won't. But a lot of these stocks are going to be expensive, $20, $30, $40, $50 stocks, though we are trading $2 stocks, 84-cent stocks. We're trading stocks of every single price. The point is learning how to see the chart's movements so that you can take these gains when the chart is moving. It doesn't matter the price of the stock. As long as you understand how to read charts, what we look at on a $20 stock will work on a $2 stock. So let's jump on over now. We are over here at my free trading platform, Thinkorswim. We're going to take a look at ticker ZJK, the one we just saw over there at Pennybois. Now, I've just set a timer for myself for about 25 minutes because I do like to gab when I start talking about charts and I lose track of time. So the first chart I want to take a look at here is ZJK. She is at about $17, $18 right now, but it is not about the price. It isn't even about the stock. We're looking at the chart, recognizing breakouts, seeing how to set up a trade so we can take gains. But the chart is ZJK. So ZJK over the last 3 days went up about 80 cents. She jumped from 527 up to 640, which is where she was at this morning before she ripped to $50, from $6.40 to $50. And no, I have no clue why she jumped. And honestly, we never really go looking when we're over there at Pennybois because we don't have time. We're playing the charts. And when you find a chart that's moving fast, the last thing you have time to do is research and due diligence. We found this at 9:27. So all we had time to do was to get some supports and resistances drawn up so we could set up a trade in a hurry. So let's jump on down to the 1 minute time frame, which is where we would be looking. So she came down from that $50 mark and she hit this strong support resistance at about $20. Fell down to this $16 one, and she was meandering between the two. And right here before the bell, she is underneath the 20. She's down here at about $18. Now let's forget about the prices. Okay, the prices don't matter here. What I want to do is set up a trade. I am underneath this strong support and resistance. I think she's going to climb. So I'm going to set the trade up. If the stock starts to climb, then it has chose to make this trade with me. It enters into my trap. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come above that support and resistance, a few pennies, a nickel maybe, and that's going to be my entry, what I'm going to buy this stock at. But I'm not done yet. I'm going to place that buy order, and I'm going to put in a sell order up here underneath that next support. Come down a few pennies, come down a nickel, something like that. We're going to grab that meat in the middle. That's two. I need one more, right? In case it drops. I don't want to lose my pants. So I've got to come underneath this blue line. That's my support and resistance I'm putting my entry on, and come under that a few pennies or a nickel and put a stop loss. I am going to put all three orders in at the same time. So that is sitting there now waiting for this price to come up. The orders are in. Now, once they happen, once my order sells me my shares, the other two sell orders happen at the same time. It's all in there. I don't have to do anything. So boom, once she crosses in, she comes up. Look at how fast that happened, folks. We crossed the line. I got my buy. Boom, she hit. She came back down. I'm out. I am out in like 2 minutes. I just made my gain. Now that was a jump. Well, it's not going to matter here, but that jump there particularly went from $19.95 up to $23.60. You're talking $3 jump, folks. On that was a $3 jump. So maybe you could only afford 10 shares. Well, you just made $30 in 2 minutes. 3 minutes. Then when she comes back down here and she comes underneath, you can set up another trade. Do the exact same trade all over again. Put in your sell orders, put in your buy order, and let her rip. This time you see she's still climbing. So maybe you only want to sell 50% here. Now, if you miss this one, you see she's climbing because this happened so quick. Set up your order here. You're going to get in right there. You're going to get out right there. And you're going to have a stop loss right there. Get your trades ahead of the orders, folks. Now, I got another one I want to share with you. This one is very interesting. This one was brought to us by a free member, Monty. He's a friend of mine. He wants to go to Germany, and that's his goal. He is trading to make money to get to Germany. And he brought this stock to us. Now, when I first saw this stock, there was very little to be seen. When I first saw it, it had these 4 bars. That's all we had was 4 bars. This stock just came onto the market today. JUNS. She is currently, well, it says she's at, I don't know what. Let me back this all the way out. All right, we are currently at 547. We hit a high of 927, and we started off at 386. So basically, we had a 250% run here. But it wasn't as easy as it looks, folks. This was a very tough chart to play today, and I'm going to show you why, but you can't see it in the chart. I've got to take you somewhere else to see it. So we're here at 386. Then we got a price here of 469. Then she jumps. Now we're on the 1 minute chart, folks. In a minute, she jumps to 564. Then she goes to 548, 718, 784, 837, 888. How high can I go? 927. Now, what made this so hard was this stock was halted numerous times. Volume kept coming in so hard, they just kept shutting it down. Let me show you what I'm talking about here. Right here, this is the New York Stock Exchange.com website. They have a page just for trading halts. You can come over here anytime you want. You have to refresh the page. There's no notifications. It doesn't update by itself. Refresh it and you can see what's going on. Here's JUNS today. Look at, folks. Look at this. All of these are hers. Every single one of them. She started off down here at 1126. She was halted. 1132, 1143, 1153. Now, with halts, as I was saying, you can play halts because we get information that we can use down here. These top 2 numbers and these bottom 2 numbers. Looking at this chart today, it had very little we could look at, but every bar was green. Every line that existed, all the lines were pushing up. That's all you need. When you see a chart that's in halt, with everything pushing up, set up a trade. No, you can't enter it in most places. It won't go in, but you can set it up. Once this comes out of halt, put your trade in. Now, there's a little difference that you've got to do with a halt. At least I do something different. First off, you do not want to try to get in just over the price. No, you got to get in way over the price. If the price is at $5, try coming in at $5.40. Now, if the price hits at $5.26 and starts to climb, you'll get it at $5.26. But better to come in too high so it doesn't miss you. If it goes to $5.60 and you were at $5.40, you didn't even get in. You missed it. I also like to use a trailing stop loss instead of a sale. I don't even put in a sale order. I don't. I just use a trailing stop loss because it follows behind me. 10 cents or 10%, whatever it is, it'll follow behind me. So if I go up $3, it's still behind me 10 cents or 10%. Once the price falls 10 cents or 10%, whichever, then it finally sells. So I don't even have to worry about when to sell. It'll sell when it finally falls that 10% or 10 cents, whichever I chose, as she's climbing. So there were many opportunities to take gains in this by setting up trades ahead of it. But again, you've got to be on your game. You've got to be watching it. You've got to be quick. Let's go take a look at another chart. Yes, you, Amy. Uami is a penny stock. She's down here at 98 cents. And as you can see, she had a very strong day. The whole day she was pushing up, never came down underneath that 9-day MA here. All of our other MAs are climbing. Our 200 is climbing. Lots of volume in the picture. All of our oscillators are climbing. That's our 1 hour chart. Let's come on down to the 5-minute. As you can see, she was just bobbling around. She was climbing, but really not getting anywhere. And then this morning, she decided to jump from 72 cents to 81 cents, fell down to the 200 and launched off of that 200 from 76 cents up. And as you can see, we started taking trades on this, folks. We were taking money all the way up until she started going sideways. Now, she ran here from 79 cents up to $1.05 with 3 or 4 trades available in there. So even though she may have already gone clear up to here, you may have missed all of this. And now she's way the heck up here. And you're saying, well, what's the point of getting in? That's the whole point, folks, is you don't have to make a decision. You let the chart decide. If the chart looks good, get ahead of it. If we're down here, you put your order in up here. If we're down here, you put your order in up there. If it doesn't make it to you, you didn't lose anything, right? We set up trades based on what we see as being strength. A lot of volume, all the MAs are climbing, all the oscillators are climbing, the price is climbing. We get ahead of the price and we say, everything looks good for this to step into my trap. When it steps into your trap, you don't have to worry about anything. It's there. It's either going to fall to your stop loss, and that's worked into the plan, so don't freak out when you lose. You've limited your loss. It's a little loss. And if she goes up and sells for a profit, you're a happy camper. Either way, you don't have to do anything but stay calm. And this is the magic to making yourself successful, folks. Finding ways to keep your emotions in check. Eliminate them from your trading. If you can eliminate emotions, I guarantee you, folks, you're going to do a heck of a lot better in trading because you won't be making any bad decisions in the heat of the moment. So we had a nice run here from about 9:30 in the morning till about lunchtime. Lunchtime, things normally cool down, and a lot of times the stocks that are running in the morning are not the stocks that are running in the afternoon. If you have a stock that had a lot of big jumps in the morning and a lot of halts, you can come back to it in the afternoon, and a lot of times you'll see that it is woke up and it starts having these big jumps again. So stocks that were really hot in the morning, it's worth checking back on in the afternoon because a lot of them will start making big jumps in the afternoon. This was not one of them. See if we have another penny stock here I can share with you before we run out of time. There was Moby. We didn't play Moby. As you can see, we got ourselves a strong resistance here. She kept banging her head on it all day. She tried to break out, but just couldn't do it. We were waiting for that breakout on this one. All right, how about jumping on back to our page here? Let's see if I can find something over here I want to discuss with you because we have so much going on over here, folks. You got to remember, we're here 8 hours. 8 hours trading. Here was tease up, had a nice jump first thing in the morning, but she just couldn't seem to get any further than that. We were waiting for it to break out over that 200 haul. The 200 haul is just as important as the 200-day MA. Both of these, the 200 haul and the 200 MA, have the same authority, the same strength, the same power. The difference is that the 200 haul takes the price into consideration. That's why you have a line closer to the price half the time. See what else we got going on here. We had lots of stocks coming in first thing in the morning because everybody's bringing their stuff in. CNM, we got S&Rs on her, supports and resistances. Scott here, he loves to bring in different types of charts of stocks that are breaking out, charts of stocks that are ready for recovery, stocks that have hit strong resistances. He gives us a lot of good charts. I don't think he gets enough attention paid to his charts, honestly. As you can see, this one was, let's make it a little bigger, NVDL. This is an expensive stock. It's up there like $70, but boy, look at that run right there. Running with PLNTR, right? TGL, it was warming up. We were waiting to see. And through the day, we are posting information. We're trying to teach you about trading, teach you things you may not find elsewhere. If you have questions, if you're into options or a swing trade, if you're trying to learn something, this is a great place to come. I am not the only team member here. We have Ethan, we have Porterhouse, we have Pookie, we have Jay, we have Quench, we have What the Duck. All these people are great at what they do. Some do options, some do swing trades, some are aggressive traders, some are passive traders, and they all can answer your questions. And they come here to do that. That's what we do with the free members page. We want you to see how we're willing to bend over backwards to help you. And if you like what we do, folks, we have coaching. You can literally hire a coach for what you want to learn. Not everybody knows the same thing. So maybe you want Mad Maverick, who's great at swing trades and working with the 20-day MA and setting up trades and stuff. Well, you could get Mad Maverick for $40 a month. Folks, I'm willing to bet you have lost more than $40 on a trade. Wouldn't that $40 do you better getting a coach that can answer your questions straight up, show you what you need to do? That's my opinion. I'm not trying to hard sell you, folks. If I was trying to hard sell you, I'd try to get you into premium. Premium gives you all sorts of watch lists and alerts and live streams and the coaching and a whole bunch more. But it's more expensive. And you probably wouldn't understand most of what they're offering. So if you get coaching, you can make some more money and then you can afford premium. How's that for a deal? I like that deal. Here's another stock. We did have supports and resistances, but I don't ever remember playing RRGB. As you can see, she was on a strong run here, and she is at $6.35. Not exactly a penny stock, but she's in the neighborhood. G-Wave, OPPT or OPTT, those were stocks being played today. SMXT, look at that run, folks. Nobody was interested in this one. I don't know why. Don't ask me that. All we do is find charts that have smoke. We look for fire. We play the fire. But once the day starts, people are committed to this stock or they're in that stock. So we can't play every hot stock. We're not trying to play every hot stock. We're just keeping our ear to the grindstone. Is that how it goes? And we're listening. We're looking. We're just trying to find hot stocks and we bring them to your attention. Now, here's a perfect example. I took a picture. ZJK went into halt. Let me see if I can get this even bigger for you. There you go. ZJK went into a halt. When she went into a halt, her level 2, her order book went screwy. They shuffled them all up. Well, these two numbers are at 28.32 and 25.96 with our price at 24. So both of these numbers are bigger. Over here, we're at 28.39, both of them. Now, does this mean this is where the price is going to go? No, this is pure conjecture. That's what they call it. I'm guessing, folks. What I do is I look at the chart and I look at all the lines. If my lines are pushing up, if everything looks like it's climbing, if there's a lot of volume, if these prices are bigger than that price, I feel confident that I can put in a trade. Isn't going to cost me anything to put in a trade. So I think she could push up to 28.39, but I don't need a sell price because it's halted. So I'm typing in my entry. I'm going to buy this. Well, right now she's at 24. I don't know how far she's going to bounce. So I'm going to go in at 24.20, 24.25, something like that. I'm going to get way ahead of the price. And then I'm going to put in a trailing stop loss of about 5%. 5%. I know that's a little risky, but that's what I would probably do. If she makes it to me, chances are she's going to jump fast and sell fast. That's okay. If she falls, I wasn't in it anyways. Uh-oh, there goes my timer. Echo, stop. So this is how we use the order book, the level 2, to find price projections that we may be able to hit when the stock is halted. But I only look at these when all the rest of the chart is climbing. If the chart isn't climbing, that doesn't mean anything to me. Matter of fact, if the chart isn't climbing, I'm expecting her to drop hard. And if you're a shorter, you may want to work this in reverse. you may be able to get some good shorts out of this. Just thinking out loud. I hope I've shared something here with you folks. I know I go over a lot of stuff over and over again, but that is how we learn. Maybe I didn't say it right the first time. Maybe it was clearer the second time. Maybe you just weren't listening the first time. You never know. Hopefully, it made sense this time. Come back again. I'll be here tomorrow, and we'll be talking about a hot penny stock tomorrow. I look forward to seeing you then. Bye-bye, folks.